What's going on, everybody? Geronimo22. We're back with another video. Let's get right into college football. I don't have the game. I wish I had the game. So this is not a video of me showing you the game. This is talking from my perspective. Anybody that follows me on my channel about the defenses in college football and how we can try to replicate real life defenses. Okay. What I'm going to do, just so you guys know, I'm going to start off the year when the game comes out. I got the early edition on the 16th. I'll be able to jump on the game and I will talk about one defense, right? Quarters coverage. Always start with quarters coverage. We're going to see how it plays out in the game. If the rules are working, I'm going to teach the rules. It's a great way to get started for me. The Madden cycle as well. We'll do the exact same thing. So we're going to do it twice. We're going to do it for college. We're going to do it for Madden, and we're going to treat it like training camp, right? Those will be long videos. Okay. I'll start every day at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern time for about an hour or two, and then I'll jump on probably around 1 p.m. for about an hour or two, and then I'll have a late night show probably around 10, 11 o'clock for an hour or two. Sometimes an hour or two turns into 3, okay? And what I'm going to do is you guys can watch it on YouTube. You can just ask questions. We can chat. We can just BS, whatever it might be. After the show is over, I'm going to pull it off of YouTube, okay? So you have to catch me live if you want it. I'm going to put them all on my Patreon site, so those guys who didn't get a chance to watch it can go back and watch it there after the first day. I'll probably leave it on YouTube for about a day or so. I'm not going to just rip it off right away, but eventually if you want to go back and review it, it's going to be all there for you. Guys on Patreon, you guys know you're going to get videos of the breakdowns in more specific detail once I figure it out. And then obviously on YouTube, like I did last year, I'm going to preview some of those things for you guys. So if you guys want to, I'm going to give you definitely like things that I feel like the community needs to know, important factors. I always make sure that everybody gets that information. If the game is broken or you need to know this, everybody's going to get that. But if you want that real nitty gritty from a coach's perspective style of playing the game, come over to the Patreon. Then we're going to start working on actual defenses. So I'm going to pick 2 defenses this year. I'm going to start with Gary Patterson's defense, the 4-2-5 defense. I won't be able to give you guys, and I don't want to give you guys all of the terminology and his terminology. I'm going to break it down to a more simple terminology, almost as if I was coaching a new team and I wanted to make it easier in today's society of ultra fast football. Be able to change the defense, after an offense changes their formation. His system is a little wordy, but in general, his system is really good, okay? And just to talk about it briefly for about 30 seconds, it is a 4-2-5 defense, okay? You get 4 down linemen, you get 2 linebackers, you get 5 DBs. Now, the 5th DB, the star or the strong safety, okay? This is the guy that's standing about right here on this play. He's always going to be in the field. He's like a nickel. He's a hybrid. If you're playing Madden, he's the nickel, right? If you're a college guy, you call him an apex. That guy is a hybrid type of player. So if you're going to start your system, you can make sure you have a guy who has good tackle, good hit power, okay, but it's also pretty fast. But he doesn't need to have elite man skills. He doesn't need to have elite speed because he is not going to be in this defense running down the field playing man-to-man or playing deep half. He's going to be more of an underneath defender, okay? But he needs to be able to be agile and react quickly in space. So it's a very special player in my opinion. But the rest of the DBs are pretty much the typical DBs that you would have. I would definitely say that your safeties are back here. I'm not going to go through the whole system, but you would definitely want the more athletic safety to be to the field, the one that can actually probably play more man-to-man. And then your weak side safety would be more of a smart player, good awareness, can be a good adjuster for you, can kind of like do different things, can also come down and be a run defender if needed. Okay, so that's kind of how it starts. But in general, the idea of this system really starts with the idea of having split field coverages. We're going to play 2 high system for the most part, and we're going to play split field safety coverages. So when it comes to the system, you're going to have quarters, you're going to have cover 2, you're going to have different ways of playing man. You're going to have all those things over here to either side of the field, okay? And then also there will be a little bit of the ability to play man-to-man into the boundary or even play cover 3 where he rotates down and this guy goes back. So that's going to be something that we have to work with. It's a double call system, actually a triple call system. And we'll talk more about that later, okay? But I just want to give you an idea of what's coming. So if you guys are in the league or something like that, you want this style of defense, I'll put it out there. I'm going to teach it to you as I learn it. I'm not going to give you, I'm not the ultimate person to talk to about this. There's Coach Vass has his own podcast and YouTube channel. I would say he's probably the expert online that you would go and get information on. He has hours clinics talking about all the rules of the defense, okay? Video, things like that. And I'm sure you can contact him as well. And then also there are lots of other people in the game plan Discord, okay, run by Scheme Guides. If you don't know where it is, make sure you get on Discord, go to game plan, run by Scheme Guides. And then there's a guy that's helped me out, Southside Hitman. He's running this defense in real life as a coach. He's also running in video game world as well. So this defense is not, I am not the expert. I'm just trying to get out the information for guys so if they want to run the system, they can just have, we can have a little back and forth. We can have a community, okay? So it starts there. This man here, John Heacock, is the head coach and defensive coordinator for Iowa State. He runs a 3-high system. I want to get into the 3-high system this year. I also want to look at Luke Fickell's version of his 3-high system. He kind of calls it the $2-3, okay? Or people call it the $3-2, but it's really an idea of really he plays a single high version. John plays more of a 3-high, really 5-high kind of like safety system. Fickell plays more of a 1-high look, but keeps that second level with 6 guys there that can kind of really be flexible from the nickel, who's always going to be out there, to the 2 inside linebackers, and then the 2 overhang players, okay? There's actually 5, I apologize. Those 5 guys are going to be really on that kind of in-between level, and they can do whatever, and they can fall back, go forward, and kind of makes it really nice. I like that version of it, from just studying it. But then also there's the Jesse Minter version of the defense, which is really, to me, the cookie cutter defense that you see now in college and also in the NFL. All right, so we're talking about a 3-4 base defense, but really playing nickel most of the time. So it's a 2-4-5 that you would know in Madden. 2-4-5, but the 2-4-5 can do a lot of different things. The nickel himself, and this is the reason why it's different than Gary Patterson, is more of a cover guy. He can play man-to-man number 2. He can go back into play deep half coverage. He can rotate with safeties. He could do a whole lot. Kind of the vision. This is how I would run this defense if I got a brand new team day one. All right, it would be this style. And then up front, we're going to do a lot of different things with our front. We're going to play over, under. We can get into Okie packages, 3-down packages. We can get into the mint front. We can get into all the different things that people are doing to stop a lot of the inside zone game. And then also we can use a lot of the zone pressures or simulated creepers that a lot of people use as a way to get pressure. So when you kind of have a light box and you don't have a lot of guys in there, you can't just line up and it's not old school. We're just going to pin our ears back and have really good guys up front. Ball's coming out quick on offense. Everything's so spread out. Really, the best way to get pressure is to send a lot of zone pressure, creepers, simulated pressures, where you're still getting 7 in the coverage and you're getting like a 4th rusher coming from a different spot every time. And it kind of confuses the offense, let's just be honest. Or it traps the offense to believe that it's a blitz, but it's not, okay? So when you time that up and you time it up with the run plays that you're getting and you make sure it's sound so you're not going to get your ass gashed, it's actually a really good defense. So I like what he did. That comes straight from really also from the Mike McDonald tree. It's the same style of defense and he's running right now in the NFL. And what he ran in Michigan, okay? So I feel like this is the future. These 2 guys, they're both in the NFL now. I know Jesse Minter is the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, but that's really good. So that all ties together so that when Madden drops, guys, I've been talking about wanting to do this for a while. I'm going to probably start the year not in the wide 9. I will get to the wide 9, okay? Because it's part of, the guys I worked with in the past, especially Jim Schwartz. But really running a nickel style defense, and that's what really Dan Quinn and Joe Witt's been doing, I would say the best in the past 3 years, okay? They run a big nickel defense where they bring a safety down and he plays the nickel. And that ties into everything that we just talked about. And now they can have the flexibility of doing everything I said, rotating coverages, having the safety go back and play. But then also the way that they play is unique because they play really a lot of still single high defense, okay? They're playing cover 1 a lot. They're playing cover 3 a lot. But then the new defense, the third defense that kind of helps them is that cover 2 invert, okay? Or the cover 2, non-traditional cover 2, where you can play different looks. It looks like cover 3, but it turns into cover 2. And that's been, I think, really popular even in the Madden circles at the end of Madden last year. I used it as a secret defense, really, to help me win a lot of games and confuse the hell out of people in big situations. And a lot of people were using it against me too. So I think two invert or some sort of non-traditional cover two is the future of football. I'll be honest with you. That's just my little tidbit. All right. So we're gonna get into this stuff. I'm real excited to do this, guys. Thank you for rocking with me. Join the Patreon if you want right away. There's always going to be more information there. I'm going to break it down to more detail there, and they're going to get more information. Everybody else just sit back, relax, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Peace.